Hey everybody, I hope everybody's doing good today. I want to talk to you today about forgiving yourselves of your past sins because God did. That was a tough hurdle for me to get over. After I'd called out to God and had received my miracles, it was hard for me to forgive myself of some of the things I'd done in my past. And Satan tried to use that against me for a while, tried to, that was a chink in my armor. And he tried to get in there and make me think that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't deserving of God's forgiveness. And if I would have stayed focused on that, and if I would have stayed focused on my past, what was behind me, I would have failed. The past few weeks, I've noticed I've witnessed miracles in other people's lives around me here in this area where I live. Last night, I witnessed a young sister who just 5 weeks ago was struggling with addiction, several types of addictions, and with anger issues and with emotional pain, and in the blink of an eye, God changed her. He took those addictions from her. She didn't suffer any withdrawals, any cravings. It was gone. He changed her. He worked a miracle in her life. And I've witnessed a young brother in Christ who has experienced the same thing. Just 4 weeks ago, he was struggling with addiction and with anger and with emotional pain. God changed him. It's amazing. And when I see that happening to people, I always try to let them know that you have to forgive yourself. You have to put that past behind you. There was a time about 25 years ago that I would follow my younger brother around to rodeos. My younger brother was a bull rider, and he was pretty good at it. I loved watching him because he had a drive and a determination to be the best. And he always amazed me. I enjoyed watching my brother, but I always managed to get pretty drunk and high whenever I was at the rodeos. And that's just what I did most of my life, was I stayed drunk and I stayed high. But there was one time where, I can't believe I'm using this story. There was one time where the announcer announced that they were going to have a competition for anybody in the crowd that wanted to get in on what that they could. And what they were doing was they had taken a big bull. His name was Big Valley. This bull, his horns were so wide that whenever he walked through the chutes, he had to turn his head sideways, otherwise his horns would get hung up in the railing. But what they had done was they had taken a $20 bill and tied it between his horns, and they said that anybody from the crowd that wanted to jump in the ring could go and could try to get that $20 bill off his horns, and they could have it. I was about half drunk. I was about pretty high, and I thought that sounded like a good idea. So I jumped in the ring with about 5 or 6 other men. Most of them were in about the same condition I was in. And my plan was to let them go after the bull and distract the bull, and I would just sneak up behind him and take that 20. As soon as I jumped in that arena, that bull zeroed in on me. It was like I was the only one in the ring, and he took off after me. And I was so worried about what was behind me. I immediately turned, and I was going to head for the fence and try to get on top of the fence and get away from him. But I was so concerned with the big bad bull that was coming up behind me that I couldn't function. I looked like a cartoon. My feet were just spinning, and I would fall on the ground, and I would get back up, and I would try to run, and I would just fall back down. And eventually the bull got over the top of me, and he had his head on top of my back, just pushing me on the ground. And a rodeo clown jumped out and distracted him and got his focus off of me, and he left me, and I managed to get up and make it to the fence. And all I had to do to get away from him was just focus on the fence and forget about him. But I couldn't do it. I was impaired. The good thing about now, though, is I'm not impaired, and no one out there who has been healed by God is impaired anymore. But learning to forgive yourself can be a hard thing. Learning to put that big bad bull behind you and never look back again is a hard thing to do for some people. It was for me, but you have to do it, because if you don't, Satan will use that against you, and he will use that chink in your armor to get to you, and to try and make you fall. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and let you know to forgive yourself. God already has. I love you all. God bless.